Hello and welcome, welcome. It is still hot in Cambodia, so I've got my little sarong on and my this so I don't look completely naked. but and I didn't even put makeup on. You're just gonna have to deal with me the way I am today. Uh, as we go over true crime in Cambodia, I've got several stories lined up for you. Good morning, Mumsy in the house. Woo! And as I was getting ready to get online and put get all the stories open, the crazy stories open, then the dogs were like making so much noise. I went downstairs to check on them. There was a plastic tub full of photo albums that I had been using for a fan to blow out into the dog's kennel, or dog run. And Chalet in the house. And earlier in the day, there was a ruckus, and I went downstairs, and Lucky Lady had knocked over the fan onto the floor, broke it, and I didn't move the tub that the fan had been sitting on. So the second ruckus, right before the show, was her all excited because there's like, it's got to be some kind of fireworks, but like maybe private fireworks or something. Sounds like a gunshot going off, but but it's very sporadic. So I don't know exactly what the sound is, but it was scaring her, and she got the lid off the tub and was chewing up my photos. Actually, the photos looked like they were mostly okay. It was the cardboard of the photo albums of the cover that she had like chewed up. Snow in the house. So I had to drag the tub away, pick up all the pictures, go outside and put the thunder jackets on both Lucky and Popeye. And then Popeye had a way to escape the kennel. So then I had to block the way that he was escaping, and then try to get him back in, and he didn't want to go back in. Finally got him back in, gave them their treat, came upstairs, and then it's like 5 minutes until 9 o'clock. You know what I mean? And Channy's working again this evening. So she wasn't here to help. I had to do it all by myself, but that's okay. I can do that. So here I am, ready. I didn't even like refill. I only have like a little sip here of water. I didn't even have time to refill my water. But let me share my screen. And then so I've gone through some stories, but not like only like 2 days worth of stories, 2-3 days of stories. So we'll start with this one. Okay, there we go. Foreigner beaten and robbed. Yeah, busy. So busy. Foreigner beaten and robbed in central Phnom Penh after early morning rendezvous. So I can tell you this is Wat Phnom. This, I guess, is the foreigner who was beaten. Says he was going to seek services from women at 4:30 a.m. Yeah, nothing good happens late at night. Let me tell you. Here's the police coming to try and help him. Residents at the scene said that before the incident, the foreign man had gone to seek the services from women, because there are some women that just stand around Wat Phnom. This is the U.S. Embassy over here, actually. Oh, no, it's not. That's a museum, but it's right next to the embassy, is just on the other side of these trees. A group of men and women tricked and robbed the foreign man, causing him to suffer broken fingers and a head injury. Yeah, dude, don't go looking for women at 4:30 a.m. at Wat Phnom. Kind of brought it on yourself. Next up, 4 arrested for red rum. Is that the key word now? So why doesn't YouTube just pick up on red rum? 4 suspects arrested because they threw a Chinese national off the 7th floor of a casino last week. Oh, and then they buried the body. So they've arrested people. Yeah, I think last week we might have had that a body was discovered buried in a cashew farm. And so now they've, I guess, identified him and found the suspects and arrested them. There you go. Are they Chinese too? Yeah, they're all Chinese too. Gambling, not a good thing. Not a good thing. Next up, at least 20 injured as a tourist bus falls into a ravine on Mount Kiriram. So this is the tourist bus. 20 people were injured, 10 seriously. Here's some of the survivors after the crash. Here's the bus upside down, well, on its side. Not a pretty picture. It was a 45-seat bus. They were going to the top of Kiriram Mountain. And then the car overturned and fell into the ravine after the brakes failed while going down a steep slope. Now, do you guys remember when we were looking at the bus that like hit the side of the rocks? And I said, you know, he's either a hero or a villain, because if his brakes had failed and he crashed into the rock side of the mountain to avoid going off the side of the cliff, he could, because his brakes had failed, he could actually be a hero. You know, if he fell asleep while he was driving and he went into the side of the mountain, then he's the villain. But we don't know exactly what happened, right? Well, in this case, they're saying that the brakes did fail and it went off the side of the road. Exactly the potential of what could have happened on that other accident. And so people are all receiving lots of well wishes. That's what you guys are saying. Nothing. Busy, just listening. All right. Next up. Nationwide scam crackdowns yielding results. So the scams that they are cracking down on are the people that are working in those call centers. You know, they're calling them scam centers. And that it's global. It's a global thing. And so they're cracking down on it. So that's good. Good job. Crack down on that. We don't want that here. Next up, this has actually had a few stories all week, and this is the latest one because they had a story when she was arrested. Now she's formally charged. We have a popular tourist market and locals too, that one of the vendors stole $3,000 something, almost $4,000 from a foreigner. Oh, I wonder if she was a pickpocket. I don't know. I saw the headlines. I didn't see exactly how she stole it. $3,700. Who walks around with $3,700? So the suspect walked in with the intention of buying clothes, it says. The victim went to a stall and to look at merchandise. The vendor, is the suspect, I think they mean the victim, walked in with the intention of buying clothes, because they're saying that it's a vendor that stole the money, right? So the victim went in to buy clothes. She went to stall number 11:01 to look at merchandise. The vendors, this 37-year-old woman, Chanari, from Phnom Penh, took advantage of the man and went through his backpack, removing the money from it. So I guess this is the man looking at clothes, and this is the vendor. And when she had a chance, she went through his backpack. 42-year-old Ethiopian national is the victim. And when he realized that she had stolen the money, she alerted police. After the incident occurred, tourist police officers stationed at the market collaborated with the market committee to conduct an investigation, and they arrested her within 10 days, and now they have filed the case. There you go. You got to watch yourself, man. And there are pickpockets in these markets too. Yep. Yeah, you're going to the Russian market to buy clothes and you have $3,700. That's kind of odd to me. Anyway, here's another thief arrested for stealing from a sleeping tourist. Here's the thief. Well, looks like he got a passport and a phone. And here's the tourist. So the tourist was sleeping off the effects of 6 cans of beer on a Phnom Penh street. Not a good move, dude. Sorry, dude. I'm not victim shaming, but, you know, this is Cambodia. I mean, if you were in New York City or London or Paris, are you going to get drunk and fall asleep on the street? Come on. Just after midnight, almost 1 o'clock, Street 57 in Bangkang Kong Mui 1. It's not so much a tourist area as an area where people who live, expat. It's an expat area. The Riverside is more the tourist area. 29-year-old South African. This dude. 7:30, he rode a tricycle. I kept trying to tell them when I was working for them, if you have a 3-wheeled anything, just because it has 3 wheels, you do not call it a tricycle. A tricycle is for kids. And they probably mean a tuk-tuk. I think that's what they used to try to call a tricycle. No, you call it a tuk-tuk or something like that, but not a tricycle, please. He walked out to the mart, the mini mart, bought 6 cans of beer, and he drank them. Then he laid down in front of a clothing store and fell asleep. He woke up at 4 a.m., found that his cell phone, his passport, and about $50 was missing. So the next morning, he filed a complaint with the police. They investigated. Here, they caught there was a security camera, so they were able to catch the guy stealing from him. He pulled up in a garbage cart, which is probably like the people that go pick up recycling, not actually garbage. 25-year-old scavenger. See, goes around getting the recycling. They identified him. They went and swiftly arrested him. Here's the guy making his report. So there you go. Another. You need to be careful no matter where you are. Yeah, that's right. Sleeping off a 6-pack. I know. Hey, seagull in the house. So, I mean, okay. I know it's not victim shaming, but okay. Oh, okay. So I wish I looked for video. I could not find any video. Somebody has to have video of this, but I couldn't find it. Cambodian wedding wrecked by high winds. Now, I have to tell you, these high winds are serious. It's not quite tornado, but anyway, it destroyed. There was a lot of destruction from these high winds, and we've got another story about Cambodia's response for that, and it'll probably give some details about how many homes were damaged and stuff. But there are some pictures. So weddings are often set up in these tents, right? Some countries like to call these tents marquees. And they were in the middle of the wedding. There's some people in here too. And it's just blowing the whole thing down. Huff and puff and blow it all down. Bride and groom had a wedding to remember as high winds destroyed their wedding marquee. There you go. See, they like to call it, I think it's more of a British thing. Maybe it's French. I don't know. They call those big tents marquees. While wedding mantras were being chanted on the first day of the ceremony. The incident occurred in the evening, March 16th. Here they are running away, running for shelter. Here it is, like the whole tent getting blown down. There's a bigger picture of them running away from the destruction. It suddenly rained and blew heavily, destroying the wedding hall. The bride and groom, the monks, the priests, and other attendees ran away, but no one was injured. The wedding hall was completely destroyed. Tables, chairs, food were scattered everywhere. Look at that. It's a wedding to remember. The village chief added that before the incident, the sky was slightly dark. Then there was a strong rain and a strong wind, causing the roof of a factory, a shed, and some people's houses to collapse. So yeah, there was quite a bit of destruction from this incident, from this storm. Was it for St. Patrick's Day? And was the beer green? Maybe. No, I'm sure it wasn't. It was just out of the can. Okay, next up, members of a theater troupe injured after a truck overturns. So this truck was carrying the theater troupe and all their equipment from one show to another show, I guess. It overturned. So let's get some details. Where's the deets? 18 members of the well-known Basak Lakon troupe were injured, 3 of them seriously, after a truck carrying them overturned. The incident took place on the afternoon of March 16th when the truck broke down while going down a crossing, causing it to overturn and fall over. Oh, a ferry. This is a ferry, by the way. So if you want to cross a river, you drive your car up on this ferry and it takes you across. So it looks like they were going downhill toward the ferry when they overturned. Wow. The brakes failed. Well, he's lucky he didn't just go right into the river, honestly. There's one of the actors, I guess, one of the troupe. And so you've got all these different government officials giving them money and stuff to help with their expenses. After the police rescued and sent the victims to the hospital, the governor of the province, so that's the governor of the province, visiting them and giving them money. You eat cake on St. Patrick's Day. Love it. Oh, Seagull says, I'm more than 80%. Never go out on St. Patrick's Day. Worst thing. The green beer is the worst thing? Okay, up next. Phnom Penh family seek missing 16-year-old girl. Now, last week we had a 14-year-old girl. I have not heard if she was found. But now there's a 16-year-old girl. So anybody watching in Cambodia has seen this girl. Half a month. She's been gone for 2 weeks. Student. She left her home and never returned. That's it. No other details about the circumstances. Here we go. Police and soldiers mobilize to repair storm-damaged homes. So I know that there's a lot of criticism of FEMA and the U.S. government's response to disasters. Well, here we go. What Cambodia does is they use the military soldiers. What else are they doing? There's no war to fight. So Infantry Battalion 514's Intervention Force helps repair homes damaged by the strong winds in Banteay Menchai province. So Siem Reap and Banteay Menchai were the hardest hit. That wedding was in a different province. I think it was in Tabong Khmum. 10 districts. Let's see. Whoops. So the heavy rain and strong winds damaged 178 homes, uprooted 71 trees, left 7 people injured, including 3 women. Fortunately, no fatalities were reported, so that's good. So police swiftly launched relief operations focusing on clearing fallen trees that were blocking roads to restore normal traffic flow and assisting in the repair of damaged homes. Their efforts continued until March 17th, ensuring that affected families received immediate support. And so the Major General Soti reaffirmed the commitment of law enforcement to disaster relief. Whenever citizens face hardships, our police force will mobilize immediately to provide assistance. Well, they're saying police, but it's really more military. It's Infantry Brigade 51 and Infantry Battalion 514, were called out to help. So there you go. Their efforts covered 2 villages where 3 houses were severely damaged. The battalion also distributed roofing sheets donated by the Prime Minister to help residents rebuild their homes. The storm struck approximately 4:40 p.m. on Sunday, causing extensive damage, leaving many families without shelter. So the military personnel, they're saying military personnel. Yeah, it's not police, it's military personnel, worked tirelessly to provide immediate relief and reconstruction support. So there you go. That's how we do it in Cambodia. Next up. Minister orders the mango factory to stop polluting the public water sources. So remember a few weeks ago now, we did the story on the mango factory that had, nasty water coming out of their factory. And they were warned about it. I guess they did not stop. So now the Minister of Environment has ordered them to immediately halt the discharge of the untreated wastewater into public water sources and to restore the polluted stream. Came yesterday after an inspection, and they found that the factory has illegally discharged untreated wastewater into public drainage systems affecting public water sources. The factory processes mangoes, and for 15 days, their wastewater treatment system failed to function properly, leading to the pollution, resulting in the death of numerous fish. The wastewater released from the factory was found to be murky, foul-smelling, and heavily polluted. It was discharged through the factory's drainage system into the stream, resulting in the death of fish. Additionally, the pollution has directly impacted 47 households near the factory who are now suffering from a shortage of clean water for daily use. So the minister warned, if the company fails to comply with Environmental and Natural Resources Code, it will not be allowed to continue its operations. They're going to face strict penalties or closure. There you go. That's how we deal with it in Cambodia. Next up. Tool Slang Genocide Museum sets dress code for visitors. Mumsy's been here. So the Tool Slang Genocide Museum would be equivalent to going to Auschwitz or something, right? It was a school before the Khmer Rouge took over. After they took over, they turned it into an interrogation center, is what they called it, which was torture. And I guess here we see people wearing shorts and tank tops. And this is a sacred place where many people lost their lives, thousands lost their lives. So now There's a dress code because it's aimed at honoring the victims and those who lost their lives. So the museum has urged tour guides and tour guide associations and travel agencies and tourism companies to kindly advise, with an S, not a C, visitors to dress appropriately in accordance with the guidelines as a sign of respect for the spirits of the victims. So what's the dress code? A top that covers your shoulders and does not expose the midriff. Pants or skirts should extend below the knees. Those wearing sleeveless t-shirts or tank tops, crop tops, or skin-tight clothing are prohibited from entering the museum. There you go. So the director of the museum noted that most of those who visit the museum through tours or bookings from hotels dress up properly. Also, elderly visitors dressed up better than the younger tourists. The museum has also banned the use of drones or flying objects, touching of exhibits displayed, and the taking of selfies in the memorial. Wow. I've got lots of pictures there. Before the ban. It's estimated that almost 20,000 people died there. So there's that. Very interesting, Mumsy says. Okay, next up. Criminal faces up to 20 years in prison for theft from celebrity blogger. So this guy, there was other news stories when it first happened, right? And so this guy's a blogger. They just robbed us in Cambodia. And this guy is who they finally caught. So they just caught somebody. The criminal who snatched a bag from the fiance of celebrated travel blogger Travel with Chris faces up to 20 years in jail. Wow. So they were robbed while walking in front of the night market along the riverside on Saturday. Look at that, daytime. Daytime, not even nighttime. He went live, said, guys, she just got robbed right now in Phnom Penh. They just came up and took her bag from a motorcycle. This is unreal. It just happened. Man, this is true, what they're saying. You can't walk around with anything here. They just took the bag off her shoulder and no one helped. It's crazy. They took everything from my fiance, he said in the video. Here's the video. We don't need to play it. You can go find it if you want to. Look at this guy. They literally grabbed her arm and pulled the bag from the motorcycle. Unbelievable, guys. All of her money, her cards, even her passport are gone. It's unreal. After seeing the video, the Phnom Penh police responded immediately, said that the perpetrator who stole the wallet of the fiance this morning, was apprehended by specialized search and rescue forces. Ooh, not normal police. The specialized search and rescue forces found the guy. Did they find their stuff? He's 37 years old. When the suspect was arrested, they seized important documents, bank cards, the victim's Spanish passport, but her Venezuelan passport was missing. And a lot of people do have more than one passport. So after reviewing the case, prosecutions decided to charge him with aggravated theft, using a fake vehicle license, illegally using drugs. Person for the court likes to clarify that to the public that the above suspect has committed a criminal act and according to the law could be sentenced to imprisonment for up to 20 years. Here they are happy that the police, did their job. After the couple got their bag back, they thanked the authorities by publishing a short thank you video for the Cambodian police. It's only been 4 hours since the bag was snatched from my wife, and I am super happy to say that the Cambodian police and authorities have recovered my wife's belongings. Not only that, but they also apprehended the criminal after 4 hours. Oh, excellent. Excellent work. Good job. Good job. Good job, guys. There he is doing his thank you. And I want to say, let this be a message to anyone out there stealing bags and phones. If you do that in Cambodia, they're going to catch you, and they're going to catch you fast. Don't be that person who ruins what the Cambodian people have worked so hard for. Cambodia is a beautiful country. He praised the police for their actions and advised against defaming Cambodia's reputation. He also expressed his deep appreciation of the Khmer people, saying, the Khmer people are beautiful and they want the best for Cambodia. Man, I'm so grateful. I feel so blessed that you guys care about me and love me. I love your country. I'm just happy that our belongings are back, and more importantly, that another criminal is off the streets. Cambodia deserves the best. Man, I love this country so much, and I'm so grateful for everything you did to us. Hopefully there will be more changes. Personally, I think the police should be on standby in all tourist areas. He has over 650,000 subscribers. So there we go. So that is all the stories that I had time to find in advance. The cashew plantation, we saw that. The water pollution, we saw that. So I didn't. It's better if I find all the stories first, so I don't have to like just scroll with you guys. But there. I know there's a couple more. Because the 12th, okay, we're on the 14th. The 12th was my last stream, my last crazy crime stream. Look at that, we got a water show going on. Dancing fountains. Ooh, strawberry farm. Excellent. On Bokor Mountain. Resident surprise on finding a crocodile in front of the house. Let's check this out. So here it is. It's all tied up now. There's the crocodile. In Battambang, the man has spoken of his surprise on finding a large crocodile in the pond out in front of his house. Now, it's not uncommon to have a pond in front of your house. Okay, that's kind of normal. It's 8 by 10 meters, not feet, meters. It's about 3 meters, like a meter's just short of a yard. So 8 to 10 yards, kind of. The water in his pond never dries up. That's a pretty big crocodile. Oh, it makes me feel sad for the crocodile, all tied up. He's just trying to live his life. He was alerted to the presence of the crocodile when one of his dogs started barking loudly. He went to check the pond and was surprised to find the crocodile, weighing more than 20 kilograms. He was surprised and called the villagers to help catch the crocodile. He believed that it may have come to live in the pond at the end of 2023 because at that time there was a big flood and the water broke, so the crocodile could have come to live there 2 years and not noticing it before. He called on those who have ponds to be more careful lest crocodiles come to live in their ponds. It's fortunate that his children didn't go play in some of the water. Yeah. What I want to know was did they kill it and eat it? Did they release it someplace else? What happened to the crocodile? Why isn't that part of this story? So you guys are saying nothing yet. All right. So did that go in an Oh my gosh. All this time I'm sorry. Here's the crocodile pictures. So yeah, that's what I was saying. I feel sorry for the crocodile. Okay, going back. Rice field, a salesman did in a farmer. A foreigner mm, stabbed his girlfriend after their relationship turned sour. 3 Cambodian croupiers, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but that's the people that are dealers. They're called croupiers. Violently abducted. Wow. So 3 Cambodian dealers, as in gambling card dealers, violently abducted in Krache, and then they were tortured by Chinese nationals. That's different. Emergency drills at the airport. Good. I'm gonna be ready if something happens. Officials are thinking about relocating a prison to ease overcrowding. Good. Anti-riot training. There's a storm. When the storm hit, destroying 54 houses. Foreigners injured in Phnom Penh smash. Doesn't look so good. Phnom Penh smashed into a light pole. Probably Chinese. Fugitive driver finally arrested in a death case. Family now hopes that they will get justice after the man responsible for the death of their father was finally arrested. Is this the one where the sand truck driver that we saw last week? Oops, wait. It is the sand truck driver. So they caught the guy. The dad was on the bicycle, 66 years old. And there's his funeral. So they caught the driver. 28 years old. Dude. Got to pay attention, man. The way people drive, if it's surprising that this kind of thing doesn't happen more often. That, when I'm on my motorcycle on the road, I'm always looking, is there dogs or cats? Is there kids? Is there people on bicycles? Is there someone walking drunk? Is there another motorcycle with no lights on? You have to be constantly alert when you're on the road. Yeah, but that's the sand truck that had run him over. Good. Caught him. Crocodile Rock. I remember when I was young. Me and Susie had so much fun. Is that how it goes? The teen runaway found. See, I think this is the 14-year-old girl. And so she's been found from last week. Foreigner's body found buried in a Phnom Penh rice field. The equinox. They're telling people to come to Angkor Wat for the equinox. So I was telling you, the minister got really mad at one company, the mango company, for polluting the water. But they did also announce earlier that they have identified over 100 firms that are polluting the water, and they're going after them. That was just one example. Cambodia Film Festival is going to be starting next week. Newborn dolphin. They actually have 2 stories on the film festival. Oh my gosh. How long have I been off the screen? Is that Zach? Zach in the house. Yeah, what happened? 9:42. Oh, so it just happened? Okay. Well, you could hear me. I didn't open up any new tabs, so that's it. So Crazy Crimes in Cambodia, this week's edition. I'm back. I'm back. So I hope that you guys are having a great week, that you're going to have a good weekend. Just don't forget that love transcends time and space. So wherever and whenever you're hearing me, I love you. I do. Don't forget that. So that's it for me. Tomorrow, I just saw a couple of movie games. So maybe we'll do movie games. Maybe we'll finish up that music one, the music chain. I don't know. Maybe we'll just move on to movies. Seen a couple of movie games come up, so I can do that. It'll be fun. But that's all I got for you tonight. So same bat time, same bat channel tomorrow. Hugs. Yes, indeed. Hugs, Mumsy. Hugs to everybody. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. I hope you found it entertaining. I hope to see you again tomorrow. So until then, catch you later.